And welcome to Tek Talk. Today we have a lot to cover, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I don't have much to say besides that robots will be taking over the world soon. And they might be taking your job, especially if you work at Lowe's. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into our first segment. Our first topic for today is robots, and robots replacing retail workers. So this new robot at Lowe's is supposed to help retail workers because according to the guy who invented them, Neil, his full name is Kyle Neal, N-E-L, I assume that's how you pronounce his name. He told Ad Age that robots aren't meant to replace retail workers. For right now anyway. More than likely going down the road into the future, these robots will probably replace retail workers. For right now, all they're meant to do is you hold up an item, like let's say my phone, and I go, "Hey robot, help me find a phone just like this." And then they go and they direct you to wherever they have that phone in stock, or a phone like mine in stock. As you can tell here, it uses 3D scanner to scan the objects, and then it tells you if they have it, and then it takes you to it. So for right now, they're not really replacing anybody. As you can tell, they don't even have arms. They're just a basic robot that moves around on wheels. Also, they use the same technology that Google is developing for its driverless cars. That's another thing that eventually we will talk about. But as of right now, they're using the same sensors and technology to avoid stuff that the driverless cars at Google would use, only this is probably a lot easier to do than develop it for a moving vehicle, because there's so many other factors in a car versus this not so many. And also every night this robot is supposed to update its inventory map and supposedly update the system database, maybe from some other articles that I read, that hey, we're running low on nails, let's go ahead and order some more nails. Or hey, we don't have enough wood, let's go ahead and get some more wood. So with that being said, right now they're not taking over the world per se, but eventually this technology will develop, and I hope they don't take away anybody's job. I hope these robots are just there to extend to what the employee can do and just assist the hourly associates into doing better, or on to do better, well, whatever the correct grammar tense for that would be. I'm a tech guy, not a grammar guy. Alright, our next discussion involves Destiny. Alright, Destiny. I have this game for the PS4. I find the multiplayer fun-ish. The story mode, not so much. Let's face it, the story mode, there was nothing there. You're a dead guardian, don't know how you died. You don't know what you don't really know anything much about you, and the ending is not too terribly great either. But on December 9th, Destiny will release its first game expansion called The Dark Below for $20. Unless you have a 35 DLC pass, which you can buy, and I don't think it'll cost you anything. Hang on, which is included with the game's $35 DLC. Okay, so if you bought the $35 DLC pass, you don't have to pay for it. But if you didn't buy the $35 DLC pass, you have to pay $20 for it. Now, I think the gaming industry is heading down the wrong direction. What they're doing is they're giving us incomplete games, and then they're trying to fix stuff with DLCs that you have to pay for later on. Now, I wouldn't mind if this DLC maybe, let's say, added a whole bunch of new stuff, maybe fixed a few minor glitches here and there, and mostly gave you new stuff, and expanded on the game that they couldn't put into the original CD. Perfectly fine with that. But what I feel like they're going to do here with this one is they're going to explain more of the story, and they're going to add stuff in there that probably should have been in the original game to begin with. That's the problem. I feel like Destiny was just one big beta. Like I played the beta version. I don't feel like it changed much from the beta version. I feel maybe we'll see how when this DLC first comes out. We'll see how that goes. But for the most part, I feel like there's probably stuff that is in this DLC that probably should have been in the original game. And instead they're charging us $20 for it. Again, the gaming industry is heading down towards a very bad path if they're going to give us partially finished games and then expect us to download the finished game with DLCs later on. Now, I don't mind if it's a fully beautiful finished game and then you want to create 2 or 3 new maps that people have been requesting, or your fans been requesting rather, I should say. Maybe 6 maps or something with a bunch of new modes and stuff like that. I'm all for that. I'll pay $20 for that. But don't make me pay $20 for something that probably should have been in the original game. Especially when the original game lacks so much content. At least give everybody the first DLC for free, so then you can hook them in and go, hey, this DLC was worth it, and probably so will the next one, because as we all know, Destiny's supposed to be releasing DLCs for like the next 10 years or something, or until it probably stops becoming profitable at any point. So, I don't know. I personally think that game developers are headed in the wrong direction with this, and it's a dangerous direction. Now, if a bunch of other games are going to start doing that, then I don't know, that may or may not kill console gaming. I don't know if it fully will kill console gaming, because, no offense, I'm not going to pay $50 for a game and then pay $20 for a DLC that's supposed to have been in the original game, or that they could have fixed in the original game, or that they could have done a better version at polishing it up. I don't mind fixing a few glitches that they missed here or there, that's fine. And then giving me a whole bunch of new stuff or add-ons that extends the life of the game. But not something that originally should have probably been in the original game. That's just like me selling you half a car, and then you have to come back to me, pay me like selling you half a car for full price, and then you haven't come back to me to buy the other half of the car for half the price of the original full car. Doesn't make sense, which is exactly what Destiny's doing right now. So I don't know. I'll keep my eye on this DLC. I'll see what people say about this DLC. I just think that there's some of this stuff that probably should have been in the original. So we shall see. What are your guys' comments and feedbacks on this? I mean, do you think game developers are headed in the wrong direction? Do you guys think this was wrong? Do you guys think we should at least have the first DLC free because Destiny pretty much ripped us off? And we all thought it was going to be a lot better of a game than it actually is. Or, yeah, is. I can't say was because it's still around. People are still playing it. Including myself every now and then when I get really, really bored. Until Master Chief comes out. Then all bets are off. I'm going to Master Chief. Alright, so, speaking of games, there's a console mod out there that combines both the 360 and the Xbox One and kind of solves backwards compatibility. It's called the Xbox Duo. Not yet for sale, but it pretty much combines the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One together and puts, I guess, 2 gaming systems into one, which I think is pretty cool. And it's supposed to solve any backwards compatibility, but it's not. I mean, you're really just playing an Xbox 360 game with 360 hardware and Xbox One with one hardware. You just have them both put together, so I don't see how that solves any backwards compatibility issues. What I see as a true compatibility thing is if somebody took the software from Xbox One, modded it, you put in an Xbox 360 disc, and bam, you can play it. Not that you have 2 consoles put under one roof and then, you know, switches back and forth between whichever Xbox it detects the game, I guess. But it comes with a 22-inch Vizio monitor for gaming on the go. So it's basically a laptop made out of Xbox One and Xbox 360 parts. Both of them put together in there somehow. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. I mean, it's a pretty cool concept, I think. I think it's going to be awesome if it ever goes for sale. Maybe I'll look into it. So, we'll see how that goes. I'll put the link in the description box below so you guys can see it, read it for yourself, and see what you think. I think it's a cool concept. It is just a prototype, so we'll see if this ever goes for sale and this ever will become popular with any 360 and Xbox One gamers. I wonder if they'll do the same thing for PS3 and PS4, which I don't think they will because they have no plans for making a similar laptop that includes PS3 and PS4. Yeah, so basically this is just one big laptop, one big gaming system that puts Xbox One and Xbox 360 together under the same casing. It's pretty cool, I guess. Anyway. Alright, so we're going to move away from some gaming for now, and from robots taking over the world to Tor. Now, as we all know... oh, excuse me, sorry. I have a bit of a cold. I'm trying to fight here. That was really bad timing on my part. So, okay. Tor, as we all know, is used as a VPN to hide your activities and what you do online. It's also known as the onion router because of the way it works. If you want to know the way Tor works, I'll put a link in the description box below for everybody to read up on it. There's a long process to it. I mean, I could make it real simple, but the onion logic works for it really, really well. And again, I'll put a link in the description box for either video or a place so you can read the description. But basically, there's a rogue node that wraps executables, wow, if I can talk today, with malware. So basically, an exit node wraps all your .exes with malware, essentially. Well, not just .exes as it says here. The wrapping is only attempted to uncompress Windows PE files, which are a form of executable files. So basically this came from Russia. In Russia. So it's some more in Russia, of course. What else is new? Thank you, Russia, for giving everybody malware. Let's see here. I think the attack would fail if SSL and TSL were used to encrypt and authenticate the connection, and the system didn't know to check for signature of the downloaded exe file. Okay, so I guess I was wrong, so let me backtrack on that. I didn't fully read this article before I started the show, so I guess it fully does look for the .exe file of Tor, I'm guessing, and it infects that with malicious malware. Tor at this point has been compromised no matter where it goes. Everybody's using it, everybody knows about it, so everybody knows how to make it malicious or make it to where it does something you don't want it to do. However, there is a link that I'm going to put in the description box below. It's called Compare Wiki VPN Providers. Now this takes you through a bunch of VPNs and it tells you what it does, jurisdiction that they're in, monitor fee, log fee, any fees, if they ignore the DMCA, if they help you torrent files. Now please don't illegally torrent files with this. I don't want to be held responsible for giving you guys illegal stuff. Don't do anything illegal with any of these VPNs. Just use them to not be tracked by Big Brother. They also say if they help you use anonymous pay, like Bitcoin. I think a lot of these use Bitcoins or OKPay or Cashew. PayGarden is another one. And then any side notes, anything else that you may need to know about them. This is a pretty useful link right here that I will put in the description box below so that you guys may have different options besides Tor, the Onion browser, or the Onion router, whatever they call it these days. As well as in my first video I talked about Fruit VPN, which again is also a good VPN. Alright, now backing away from all that and onto a whole new different subject. I'm completely all over the place today, and I apologize because I just have so much I want to talk about in so many different sections of tech that it was hard to keep everything uh, together. And sorry, I'm trying to fight this cold and my nose itches a little bit. I don't know why. So every now and then I'll try to scratch it a little bit or something. I don't know. Every time I get sick and I'm about to get a runny nose, my nose just starts itching. Okay. So anyway, this comes from Android Central. And Sprint is supposedly planning to lease the Samsung Galaxy S5 for $20 a month for 24 months. Don't do it. That's a ripoff. 24 times 20 is 248. 24. So if you guys don't believe me, times 20. Oops. Well, I guess my internet connection is dead at the moment. So I'll have to reset that. But anyway, 24 times 20 is $480 for about maybe 40 or 50 bucks more, depending how much an S5 goes for. It's not worth it. If you keep more than 24 months, especially not worth it. Now, it doesn't say if they're doing anything past 24 months, but it's just supposed to charge you 20 bucks a month for 24 months. And at the end of the 24 months, you can't even keep the phone, so you pay $480 for something you can't even keep. Now, I'm wondering how much. Oops. Samsung S5 prices. I wonder if I've seen it. Let me go to Amazon real quick. Oh, wait, we have. I mean, you can put down and then. But I think the full unlocked version of the S5, which I'm not mistaken. Let's go to Verizon. It's $599. So you're paying $480 as opposed to $599 for 24 months. I'll just go ahead and say just buy the phone for $599. You're basically $119. You're saving $119. Or if you do like a contract for $199 up front for 2 years, which is 24 months, you still save money. So, in my opinion, it's a ripoff. You're paying an extra 20 bucks a month. Just not worth it. And now if they do it for like 5 bucks a month or 15, yeah, maybe worth it for 24 months. I mean, you probably save some money then. But even then, if you put $15 times 24, and there's something wrong with my internet today. It's not popping up as fast as I would like it to. Whenever this pops up, I'll let you guys know what 15 times 24 is, which I could probably just do on my phone. Be a lot faster than my very slow internet for whatever reason today. I have Comcast, so 15 times 24 is 360. I mean, if you do a 2-year contract with Verizon Wireless, you pay only 200 bucks. And then you just pay your monthly fee, which your monthly fee does include your phone. So if you just pay $199 up front, you'll save $161 over the course of 24 months, which is $6 a month. $6.70, $6.70 a month. Which I don't see it's still worth it. Because, I mean, if you save $6 a month, 24 months, you have the difference between putting down the $199 and paying it at $15 for 24 months. Not even $15 would be worth it. You have to do something where it's just $5 a month for 24 months. It's well worth it. You're releasing it for $5 for 24 months, and then you're done. And I wonder if you want to break the lease, how much that would cost you, but I mean, that would be hard to say. So, the full article about how they're gonna fully plan everything, what they're gonna charge you for each one. It's not just the Galaxy 5 S5, it's the Galaxy 5S Sport, and I thought it was the Galaxy S Mini, but I guess not. I guess it's just the Galaxy 5S Sport and the Galaxy 5S. So again, really, really cool concept, but in the terms of saving money, it doesn't really work out, especially on the Sprint network. I don't know how many of you guys out there watching me have Sprint, but not really worth it. Not worth it at all. Now, I'm not recommending Verizon Wireless or AT&T versus Sprint or T-Mobile or any of that. I've had Sprint before I had T-Mobile. Wasn't that much of a better difference, I guess you can call it. Prices were decently low. But anyways, I'm not going to recommend which one you guys go with. I mean, just do your own math, see if it works for you. If it does, get it. If not, yeah. So, speaking of phones, actually staying on the topic of phones, there's this new shape-shifting flexible smartphone from Kyocera. So for right now, it's just a beta phone. But it's supposed to be clear when it's off, and the stuff that it's built on is supposed to be strong, yet able to bend in almost any way. Now, my only question is, how many times can it bend before it just finally breaks? I mean, you can only bend things like this so many times before they finally, say, F it, I quit, I'm just gonna break on you. I'm wondering if you could also put this phone in your wallet and it bends on the cover of your wallet. That'd be pretty cool. But right now, it's just a concept. It was displayed in Japan. It's supposed to be able to go around anything round, so maybe like a bike handle, so maybe it could go around your wrist, and then bend it and put it around your wrist, and it's like, hey, let me get my phone, pow, and then I'm done with it. I don't have to put it in my pocket anymore or something. So it also probably would be pretty good if you're a cyclist and you just want to put it around your handlebar and cycle with it. The only bad part is if you fall, it's gonna go down with you and it's probably gonna break. But then again, if it's in your pocket and you fall, same thing probably. And you probably couldn't put an OtterBox on this, because unless they make flexible OtterBoxes that can withstand shock. Maybe an idea for OtterBox: make flexible OtterBoxes that can bend with this phone that can resist shock. Again, maybe. And there we go. 15 times 24 was 360. Finally popped up. I know, random, but sorry. But yeah, there you go. Flexible bending phone. Not much details about it out yet, just that it's bendable and that it involves some new technology called G-Flex. That's it. That's pretty much it. They don't tell us the specs or anything. Not yet. So like I said, it's still a concept thing, so we'll see how that takes off. Alright, so one last phone thing for today, and that is dark matter that will run Android. So basically your phone is not very secure. Even this Android device that I have, it could be easily hacked into, so that's why I don't really bank or do anything much off of it. So some guy said, hey, they don't have very secure Android phones. Apple's in, but I mean recently it's been hacked, so why not make up our own? And in comes dark matter. Dark matter is a closed beta, but run side by side with your Android, it's supposed to make it more secure, less likely to be hacked. It uses let's see if they tell you what kind of security encryption that they use, which they don't in this article, but anyway. Yeah, I thought I'd read it, but anyway, the system is still being developed and fully worked on, and will be available for the S4, S5, Galaxy S5, Nexus 5. Okay. I didn't know if I was being clear there or not. And I mean, that's pretty much it on that. There's not much to really talk about it. It's just a cool new way to make sure your phone is secure, that nobody can hack into it, and that's still beta. Once we have more information on it, I'll let you guys know a little more. Once there's a little more information to be known about this. I'm just kind of excited because it's supposed to secure Android phone a lot better than it was before. So we'll see. It's also being developed and worked on by somebody from Google. One of the top security engineers from Google, apparently. It's right here. So we'll see what that goes. Hopefully we'll get somewhere good and have more of an encrypted phone that nobody can easily hack into, and that the government can just spy on you without a warrant, because I do not believe in warrantless searches of your phone or reading your text message without a warrant. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have to hide. Well, on the contrary, if I'm not doing anything wrong, why are you trying to come in and look on my phone? Unless there's some suspicion that I'm doing something wrong, then yeah, investigate me. If there's no suspicion that I'm doing anything wrong and you're just reading my text messages just because, that's not right, So, in comes dark matter, and hopefully that will fix all that. Alright, so about now my favorite part of the day that I really, really wanted to get to. I really, really want to talk to everybody about Stronghold Crusader 2, which is a remake of the original Stronghold Crusader, which is a castle simulator. Which the Stronghold Crusader, the one where you were in the desert and you were trying to fight off, you're basically in the Crusades, obviously the name of the game. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. I was trying to read what Steam was telling me. Okay, let me backtrack here. Stronghold Crusader came out. The original one was a very good game. I loved playing that game. I played all the levels, played it inside out. And now, here comes Stronghold Crusader 2. A remake of that original Stronghold Crusader. So once this launches, which I'm just going to skip the intro, because the intro...
Welcome to Stronghold Crusader 2, my liege.
Because the intro is very long and very kind of boring, and that was extremely loud. Alright, so as you can see, I've actually played a little bit of it. Let me go ahead and turn the volume option way down on this, because this is... Alright, actually, I'm just gonna... No volume. That was way too loud. Alright, so as you can see, I've played quite a few games. Now, this game is almost just as fun as the original game. I do recommend this game. I bought it at launch when it first launched, and I've been playing it ever since, just so I can get a good feel for the game, so I can see how you make custom games, how the campaign trail holds up. And so far, it's done a relatively good job. There are a few things from the old Crusader that I wish they would have kept. For example, you need to make engineers in order to have siege equipment, and then they build that siege equipment. I do miss that. I do miss that you can't dig a moat around your castle anymore. Wonder why. The AI is actually a lot harder and a lot more difficult to get past than it was before. Some of the original maps that I love playing from Stronghold Crusader are not in this one. Why? Why, Firefly? Why? Why would you do this to me? Some of my favorite maps are not in here at all. They're not even remade or anything. I mean, they have some pretty decently well balanced maps, but most of the maps here are very tiny. And there's 1 to 2 players max. You can't have that many on one map. As opposed to the old Crusader, you could easily have good evenly balanced maps of where you have 3 on one side and 3 on the other side, and everybody be happy and get along with everybody else. Easily done, easily doable. I liked it. I thought it was tons of fun. Alright, so this game's about to load. Alright, the graphics in this game are still amazing, as they always were. As you can tell, I've played this game for quite some time because I've got a lot of troops, and I'm going against Salahuddin, who is a very worthy opponent, may I add. And he's kind of ruthless. But to make siege equipment, it's literally brain dead easy. You don't need to make anything. You just need to click on it. Before you had to make engineers to come build your siege equipment. Now you just click on it, which I guess is kind of okay, but at the same time kind of like, it's not as realistic as it once was. The stockpile can hold almost infinite amounts of goods, which before it's like, hey, when the stockpile's full, you better sell some stuff because you can't hold any more stuff. Now they can seemingly hold almost unlimited amounts of good because you can only build one stockpile. Alright, the granary, same thing. It holds ungodly amounts of food. I mean, I've sat here and literally bought food for the longest time. I could not fill it up. The popularity and everything still works in about the same way as it did before. You can raise and lower taxes, which is really good. You can see how much money you're getting in per peasant. I'm on day 127. Oops, didn't mean to click that. I meant to click that up there. You're allowed 200 or 500 troops, and I have 220 out of 500. You're allowed 200 buildings, and I only have 67 out of 200. And it tells you all that in the corner. I do like the way the walls look now. The walls look fabulous. These are like triple walls, single walls, stairs. The archers, unlike before, cannot go through the gatehouse and climb the wall. You actually need stairs, which is actually pretty cool and more realistic. You're able to make these siege towers. Oops. I guess I can't click on a siege. There we go. Make these cool siege towers that can defend your castle from a whole bunch of stuff. There's no drunks this time, so if you have an inn, there's nobody drinking and walking around and whatnot. So kind of disappointing, but whatever. Whoops. There we go. The church, you don't have the cool warrior monks that you once had before in the original Stronghold Crusader. It's kind of sad, but it's okay, I guess. Let's see, what else? Peasants waiting for a job, performing, going to work. See, they don't really talk to you before. They say, good morning, my lordship. Great day to be alive, or something. Now you just click on them and it just tells you their status. Kind of sad. Kind of like seeing how the peasants felt about me, minus from that guy who told me everything. So, as you can see here on the side, you can lower the quantity of candles, rate of ale consumption, rate of food consumption, taxes. So it's 403 per day, and it doesn't really tell me how much per peasant, really. Here's how many peasants I have. Then here's switches. Now I'm gonna lower it because right here in the corner is smiley face, green face, good. Peasants coming in, and right now I'm maxed out. So overall, this game is fun. Like I said, you can't build a moat right now around your castle, which kind of makes me sad because I used to like build moats, but whatever. Don't have to draw a bridge anymore, obviously, because of that. But I'm pretty sure that's probably coming in a later edition. Maybe an update or a patch or something. Or maybe a mod. Anybody out there who wants to mod a game, feel free to add that mod to Stronghold Crusader 2. I like how the building, I forgot what building this was called, the barracks, can now hold troops on top of it. which I think is a pretty cool feature. Let me make just defend or something. Shoot randomly. Farm wise, you do have a few more farms than you did before. You have a pig farm. And no, that's actually it. You only have a pig farm because these are not all farms. So, yeah. Never mind, you only got a few new farms. And you can only build them on green, obviously. You can't build them anywhere else unless it's green. As far as buildings, you still have your apothecary, your inn, chandler's workshop, the church, market, hovel for the peasants, wells. Your military buildings, you have your barracks, you have your what are they called, the mercenary building, and then you have your stables, and then you have your armor, different armor buildings, or different armor things that can make you armor. And then you obviously have your gatehouses for your walls, and then your thin wall, and then your thicker stone wall, your medium tower, your large tower, and your watchtowers, and different turrets, or defense mechanisms, I guess you can call them. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, this game is still pretty fun. Fun as it ever was. And now that I have enough stone, I can finish one of my towers right there. Not that I really would need it, but it just makes my castle look more complete. And I probably should put a medium tower instead of a large, because they're all large. And maybe I could put a watchtower right there in the middle. Then move them up there. Yeah, and you still have your fire. I can still put my little fire thingies up there. Oh, Saladin's about to attack. You have a barricade. You have a trap. You have your dogs. I think I'm gonna... that attack. When the enemies get too close. Oh, dogs are still going after the enemies. There's one dog left. Rufus, war dog. Oh, I can just put more. Kind of cool, you know, just put them all, line them all up, and then one day, can I control Rufus to war dog? No, I can't. What are they going after? Oh man, they go after my own people. That's not cool. I didn't know the war dog went after your own people. Go attack them, war dogs! Woohoo! Oh man, now I'm really in for it. I hope they get the catapult before it attacks my my main keep. Nope. As you can see, when the catapult does attack, once your towers crumble, your archers kind of go down with it. Oh man, I'm actually might be in trouble on this one. Alright. Go attack that catapult. That's okay, I got 2 walls anyway. Oh man, they destroyed my thingy. No, destroy them, destroy them, destroy them. Well, I think that was a few peasants I just lost. Oh man, finally. I did a lot of damage, more so than I would have hoped for, but it's okay. It gave you guys an insight of how everything works in the graphics of the game, and you can zoom in, and again, the graphics are pretty nice. Again, I can just repair my walls. I think I just got those guys trapped inside there. Nope, okay, they're coming out. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. Whatever. But as you guys can see, the graphics are pretty good. It's pretty realistic. And obviously you can sell stuff that you don't need anymore. Making me a ton of money, which I'll need to replace all my troops with eventually. Rebuild my barracks. Alright, so as you guys can tell, this game is actually pretty fun still. I still love it. I still would recommend it. I'll put a link in the description box below where you guys could probably buy it at a better price than probably what you could buy it on Steam. I think it's still $40 on Steam. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look and let you guys know. I guess I'll put it in the description box. But overall, the game has still pretty nice graphics. It's a castle simulator. It's still really, really fun. The campaign is really, really hard, and the AI is really, really hard as well. I mean, this AI attacks you. They build really fast, and they are relentless. Look at that. They're attacking. He's attacking me again. So, and I've attacked this guy with almost my full force of my army, and I still cannot defeat him. So again, this AI is relentless, and it's a smarter AI than it was before. I definitely will give it that. And you can't do the old hack or trick of where you put these oxen in front of his building, make him go to sleep, and then he just crumbles. Doesn't work anymore because you can't build outside your little area. As you can see, when I build something, there's certain areas that I can build and not build in. Right now I don't even have enough wood, but the point of the matter being is I can't build. I don't think I can build these oxen in front of enemy territory anymore like we used to in the old Stronghold Crusader, which was really, really fun. But they kind of took that away, which making it harder, so it makes you kind of think about this game a little more, and makes you dive in there and go, what is the best strategy I can actually use to defeat this person besides just brute force? Because I've tried brute force with just a ton and ton of archers and stuff, and I got nowhere. I mean, I demolished his armies almost, and I could probably make another huge army and send it his way, and it would probably finally finish him off, but not without huge cost and casualties to me. Again, my game review for this week is Stronghold Crusader 2. It's a remake of the original Stronghold Crusader. I like it. I still wish they'd improve on some things, like you can build a moat around your castle wall, or that just the peasants talk to you again. Again, minor things. Very, very minor things. I don't know, besides that, what else they could improve? I mean, the graphics are really good. I wish they would have bring back the church monks that knew how to fight. That was really, really cool at the time. I was kind of like those little monks. I don't know why. They all said funny things when you sent them off, like Godspeed, break a leg, or by God's wrath we will do something to you. I don't know. They all said something cool or funny. Can't think of anything else to add besides just build a moat around your castle. Make the maps a little bit bigger. There we go. That's one thing. Maps could be a little bit bigger than they are now. I mean, this map is clearly made only for 2 people. It has an option, I think, of a 3rd person somewhere around here, but I just don't see it. And a lot of the maps are relatively tiny, and they don't have a bunch of resources on some of them. Like, some of them only have one little oasis, and that's it. So, I mean, it makes it more realistic, a little more challenging, probably more like what real life would be like. Which I will give it to them. They achieved great things with this one. A lot better than in the Stronghold Crusader games. This one I recommend. It's a must. So if you're looking at buying a gaming computer and having a good game to play on it, or just a game where you can take it with you, I think this works on basic computers you can buy out there for $300-$400, like just a basic laptop. So if you're getting a laptop this Christmas and you want to buy a game that you can take somewhere with you and just play when you're at lunch, at work, or when you're at school in between classes, or something, this is a great game. Like, I recommend it. It's a great strategy game for those of you who love strategy and those of you who love this era of gameplay, which I do. I'm a big fan of this era. in this type of gameplay. So, that's pretty much Stronghold Crusader 2, which is, I think, in my opinion, an awesome, awesome game, actually. I'm not going to exit out of it yet. I think I'll play for a little bit. Alright, so, sorry about wiping my nose all over the place today, and me not sounding as upbeat as I did on my first episode. I am kind of fighting a cold and having some very bad nights. I have not been able to sleep. So my mind's been all over the place recently. And hopefully this episode didn't suck too bad. I have a feeling that it just wasn't as good as I can do it today. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned or subscribe, because I will be doing a Master Chief Halo Edition Day when it comes out. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. Would it be? No, it's not next weekend, but the weekend after that, like the 15th, I think, November 15th. So comment about stuff I can do better, subscribe, and also I will be showing you guys how to mod an Android phone with Cryogen. Is it Cryogen? One of those popular mods. I forget which mod I'm going to use for this, but I'm going to be modding my Android phone, which is a Droid Max Ultra. I'm going to mod it, put some cool stuff on there, and I'll show you guys how to do it. So here it is, if you don't see it or anything. So comment, like, subscribe, follow. I don't think you can follow me on YouTube. No, you can't. That's Twitter, but I don't have Twitter for this show yet. I don't have a Facebook for this show yet, so I'll get those probably a little bit later on. Oh man, he's attacking me again. He just got done like a few minutes ago, and he didn't win. Anyway, I'll have to defend him off and eventually win this game. So yeah, if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, and I promise you, next show will be 100 times better. I'm hoping I'll have more energy, that I won't be feeling as black as I am today. And that's pretty much it. So please comment about what I could be doing better. Like this video, share this video, subscribe. Please and thank you. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for watching this. I'll see you guys later. Sorry, I was looking for my F9 to stop recording.